Change at the top of Microsoft, this is.
Yeah, the end to the biggest corporate guessing game of the past year or so. Satya Nadella has been named as the man who's going to take over as the boss of the world's biggest software company. He's currently the head of its cloud computing division, and he's declared that he wants to move the business in the direction of a mobile-first and cloud-first world. But whether he'll be able to do that with both Microsoft founder Bill Gates and outgoing CEO Steve Ballmer looking over his shoulder still remains to be seen. Carl Brown has been finding out what challenges lie ahead.
46-year-old Satya Nadella has spent almost half his life at Microsoft. What put him on the short list for the top job was his expertise in virtual technology and innovation.
The world going forward is more of a software-powered world delivered in devices and services. I think we have the best platform to change the world.
Nadella has led Microsoft's recent moves towards cloud computing, a new area for a company that has traditionally focused on software installed on personal computers rather than remote servers.
Satya's got the right background to lead the company during this era. There's a challenge in mobile computing. There's an opportunity in the cloud.
Company leaders hope Nadella will improve the fortunes of the world's largest software company in mobile computing, where it lags behind Apple and Google. But the company seems unlikely to shift from its current and often criticized strategy of making its own tablets and mobile devices. Nadella replaces Stephen Ballmer to become only the third CEO since Microsoft was founded by Bill Gates in 1975. Gates will step down as chairman, but will stay on as a technical advisor.
Of course, Satya Nadella's really big challenge will be whether or not he can convince investors that he can turn Microsoft in this new direction. Let's just have a look at what happened to the share price under Steve Ballmer. It had been at over $60 back in 2000, but had fallen fairly significantly over that time. It closed down yesterday just over $36. Shares in the company had fallen slightly since news of Mr. Nadella's appointment. Many challenges for him ahead.
Let's have a look at the markets then. Big dives overnight. Well, when we were talking 24 hours ago, weren't there?
Exactly, night, day. It's all the same. Much better picture today, though, it has to be said, in Asia. Anyway, the Nikkei lost over 4% yesterday. Today, it's closed up 1.23%, as you can see there. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong still down slightly. Mainland Chinese shares still closed because of the Lunar New Year holiday, so we'll still be waiting to see what the reaction will be from there. One share we have been watching in Japan is the is Panasonic, which it was up over 18% after announcing that it had returned to profit in the last 9 months of 2013. Investors, of course, also waiting for those new job figures coming out of America later this week. That will help move markets as well.
Back to France now. Questions being asked about Google and its tax bill.
Yes, reports in the magazine Le Point say the internet search giant could have to pay a bill of back taxes of up to €1 billion. Now, France has been investigating Google's tax affairs since 2011, and in particular how it funnels revenue from its French operation through its European headquarters in Ireland. Now, according to official documents, Google France had a turnover of €192 million in 2012, of which it paid taxes of €6.5 million. Its profits were just slightly more than that. But it's estimated the French operation could have taken in more than 10 times that amount of money. But through this accounting method, the revenues were transferred elsewhere. Now, France's digital economy minister says there's nothing new in this particular report of €1 billion. She says this investigation is ongoing, where the company says that it doesn't comment on rumours.
Plenty more company news around today. What's caught your eye, Stephen?
Well, Morgan Stanley's become the latest US bank to settle mortgage-backed security claims that they missold them in the run up to the subprime crisis. The lender will have to pay $1.25 billion to federal authorities. It comes after last November's settlement by JP Morgan of $13 billion and others by Bank of America and Goldman Sachs. The online video streaming service Netflix says it wants to raise $400 million in new capital to fund its expansion. The operation would help its growth in Europe, including possible launches in France and Germany. It would also be used to fund more original programming like House of Cards, which is just renewed for a third season. And unions of the French haulage company Maury Ducrot have agreed to a restructuring plan which will see more than half of the 5,000 workers lose their jobs. Just over 2,200 jobs will be saved by the plan. Staff at the company have been protesting for weeks over planned job cuts.
Now then, me, I have to say, I love a good burger, as long as it is a good burger. The French do too, apparently. We may be the home of fine food, but the French like them too.
Yes, a new study found that 970 million burgers were sold in France last year, which accounts for 1 in almost every 2 sandwich, depending on not whether you class a burger as a sandwich, of course. But it's a big change from 6 years ago when it was just 1 in 7 of those almost 1 billion burgers sold. 655 million of them were either from a McDonald's or a Quick, one of the French fast food chains here. So they love haute cuisine, but they also love fast food.
I do too. Do you like them?
Yeah, I would once in a while.
Good burger, a really nice one, good quality one with some chips on the side. Fantastic. Stephen, thank you very much. It's 7:20 in the morning here in Paris. We're talking about burgers. Our body clocks are all over the place. Let's see if Flo's body clock